like coming through?
Those little tube machines are smoke machines.
Oh, okay.
And they'll look like fire coming up.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. It's a dangerous love affair. Who's gonna run this town tonight?
Yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.
Good evening, Mustang Nation. Hope you guys had a great Friday. Mustang Media is excited to present to you the Mustangs' home opener of the 2023 season. I'm Jackson Miller. Joining me alongside is Dan Wolf. Dan, it's good to be back to get Mustang Media up and running and to be able to call this game with you. This should be an exciting new year for the Mustangs and a lot of changes that we'll talk about here in the pregame. And you know, they're coming off a 41-7 victory over Bismarck Legacy last week, and Davies is also coming off a victory 20-9 over Mandan. So these two teams, they went at it in the second week of the season last year, and Davies got the better hand 35-6 last year. So we'll see how the Mustangs will respond to these guys tonight.
Absolutely. You know, last year, Sheyenne spent much of the season as the preseason #1 favorite, the defending state champions. And I think that second week upset, or, you know, probably Davies fans wouldn't call it an upset, but going to Davies and really getting manhandled that game was kind of an eye-opener for the Mustangs, and they played really well throughout the regular season then, but they ultimately fell short of, a fourth consecutive trip to the Dakota Bowl and losing to Bismarck Century. And as you mentioned, new things all around for the Mustangs, a little bit of a new offense. It's going to be exciting to see how this looks. You know, both teams played some quality programs to start. Certainly Mandan's no slouch. They've received some poll votes for the first Class A preseason poll. But, you know, whenever these two schools get together, it doesn't matter if it's basketball, it doesn't matter if it's football. Anytime these guys lock horns, you know it's going to be an entertaining game, and I would expect so tonight as well.
So with Mustangs, some of the new changes that they're going with, they're running the run-pass option, the RPO a lot between Caleb Deere, Race Wilson, and Barry Pinu. Those three guys, great, solid athletes. All are very fast, and they're, you know, very shifty, and they can get. And once they get on the open, it's trouble for the other team.
Absolutely. You know, Barry Pinu, when he gets downhill, he is a load to bring down. He is a guy that you don't want to be in the way of. You know, and Caleb Deere, I think, is really underrated as a running quarterback. It's those long, almost deer-like strides, and you think that he's not going that fast, and then suddenly you see he's just blowing past people, and he's deceptively strong as well. And then we know the shiftiness, the quickness of Race Wilson. We saw that time and again last year. So this RPO should be exciting to watch, and we'll see how well they're able to handle it after Davies put up a really strong defensive effort against Mandan last week.
Well, and Caleb's got some guys that he can connect to in the passing game as well. He's got Kobe Walter, he's got Noah Olson, he's got all those guys, those great athletes that are wideouts as well. So, I mean, across the board in the skill positions, Cheyenne's pretty solid.
They really are. And Caleb, you know, we know he's got a cannon, right? He's one of the best pitchers in the state in baseball. You know, sometimes he struggles maybe a little bit with that touch pass and that sort of stuff, but when you have a guy that possesses that kind of arm, it almost seems sad to not let him try it out once in a while. And so I think with this RPO, that's going to really make defenses have to, play their position, follow the game plan that the defensive coaches have put out, because if you slip up somewhere, Sheyenne is loaded with skill players, as you mentioned, that can make teams pay quickly.
Well, on the other side for the Davies Eagles, I mean, you got Mason Clavel at the quarterback spot, and guy's an athlete, and one of the top basketball players in his class in the state, if not, just not at any class, just across the board. I mean,
he is
not just his class, but any class.
Any class.
That's what I
if
meant.
you're looking for an
class.
athlete, he is a dude. There's no doubt about that. And so when you have that kind of player able to run, we saw him that first year when Davies was ineligible, even though they had a better record than other teams, they were ineligible for the playoffs. And we saw Davies late in the season 2 years ago here at Sheyenne, and Clabo was just a little freshman at that time, we thought, but I thought he really held his own. Cheyenne was a better team that night, but this is a guy that it never seems like the moment is too big. The stage is never too big for him, and he's a great athlete. And so he's a dangerous guy as well, and certainly the Cheyenne defense is going to be tested tonight by the Davies Eagles.
Well, I'm sure they got Daniel York as well.
We know him. I think we've
wide
run into
receiver,
him once in a while.
Yep, Daniel York, another solid athlete, very long, very lengthy.
Yep.
This is just going to be a great matchup once again between these two teams. Any sport, whether it's basketball, football, or anything, these two teams always seem to have great programs. Just girls and boys sports.
Absolutely.
And they're just both entertaining to watch.
And throw in, it's the number 2 and the number 4 ranked teams in the state going against each other this early. That's something that you don't find every Friday night. So this is going to be exciting. I think there's one X factor that we'll talk about once we get through the national anthem here in just a couple seconds. But this one has all the makings of a very entertaining event.
Yep, we're going to now direct our attention down to the field for the national anthem and the starting lineups.
This matchup between the Eagles and the Mustangs will be played under the strictest code of good sportsmanship. The North Dakota High School Activities Association, the Eastern Dakota Conference, and school administration encourage and promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask that you cheer for your team and be respectful of the opponent. As high school student athletes and representatives of their communities, the Mustangs and Eagles are committed to fair play, responsibility, and respect. They invite you to support their efforts. Together, let us all help create an environment for high school competition that we can be proud of.
Do you want me to get it? Camera 4.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please stand if you are able, remove any headwear, and remain at attention as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Sheyenne Band under the direction of Mr. James Landman.
So Jackson, as I was mentioning before the national anthem here, I think one of the X factors tonight is going to be the weather. I mean, we are at 90 degrees. It's a humid night, and I don't know that.
It's pretty nice though.
It's nice, and there is a breeze. There is a little breeze to keep you cool, but it's not windy. But I think this is one of those nights that, some guys may struggle with the heat. There might be some cramping issues and things like that. I'm guessing both coaches, both staffs have been working on, asking their guys to hydrate and that sort of stuff. And I don't know that it's a question of one team being better conditioned or better prepared than the other, but you just never know on a night like this where something like that doesn't come in. And could that play a role of some kind, an important piece of the puzzle for Davies on offense or defense, or Sheyenne on offense or defense? Because it certainly is toasty, and it seems hard to believe. And
it is up here too, Dan.
It is up here as well. In 6 weeks, we'll be grateful we're in this booth, because it'll be a little bit warmer than the people in the stands. So I think weather could be a factor in what goes down tonight. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And it seems like the Mustangs are going to get the ball to start the first half. They'll get the first half kickoff, so they'll have to kick off in the second half and defer. But Dan, what are your keys to the game tonight? We were talking about this. We were texting each other in our group chat with Aaron Knodel, and you gave us some keys to the game. So why don't you list a few of those things as we get going here?
Well, I thought a big thing, was going to be how this run-pass option works. I had a chance to see a little bit of Davies play last Friday and just saw a little bit, and they looked impressive defensively. They're fast, they're athletic, and so I'm sure they're going to be looking to neutralize what Sheyenne brings. And, anytime there's a new offense, a new whatever, you probably haven't, Coach Newton hasn't rolled it all out yet. And with, to be honest, so many teams are going to make the playoffs out of this group of AA teams that you maybe don't want to tip too early in the season. So, but I think it's going to be interesting how Cheyenne's able to handle the run-pass option, how well they've adapted to it over the summer camps and in the preseason, and as, the two-a-days and getting used to that. So I'm interested in that, and like I said, I thought Davies played a very strong defensive game last week. Offensively, they couldn't get a lot going, and that might have been, maybe more of a function of Mandan's defense or whatever, but I'm interested in that matchup in particular tonight, is the RPO versus the Davies Eagles defense. And as we talked about that, in talking about for Davies, at the end of the last basketball season, there was a pretty major injury that impacted how that season played out.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, Claybo, I forgot what it was, but it was something with his knee.
Yeah, and I thought it was just maybe a meniscus tear or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I heard, but that's what I was wondering, is Mason Claybo on the field tonight? And I'm looking at the roster here, and I don't know that I'm seeing Claybo's name anywhere on here, and I don't know if that's, maybe he's decided, hey, basketball, and let's be honest, this guy's going to be probably a D1 basketball player.
He's got offers from NDSU and University of Northern Iowa
already, and so he's probably, if it's a function of, hey, I want to be safe and save myself for basketball. But I think Davies without Claybo, what does that look like? I think, if I remember correctly, the quarterback that I saw most last week was Gage Brewer, and he's a senior, and but that's definitely got to be a difference for Davies in terms of what they're going to bring to the table tonight. So those two things, and then again, I think this weather, it's hot. If nothing else, fourth quarter, which team has enough in the tank to try and put the game away, or which team is really going to be suffering out there. And so we're going to get it going here in just a couple minutes with Sheyenne receiving the opening kick.
The officials for tonight's contest are referee Dave Bates, umpire Anthony Holman, linesman Jordan Chouinard, line judge Brad Wool, and back judge Shane Piotz. We ask for your support of our game officials and respect the calls of the game. Medical coverage is provided by Essentia Health, the official sports medicine team for Mustang Athletics. Your certified athletic trainers are Tessa.
Cheyenne fans tonight, the student section, rocking the red, white, and blue. Is this
I am as well.
Jackson is as well. Was this a tradition for the first game, or was this, who made the decision on this, as we see Mustang media member there?
Riley Rahr. Social media director.
Who makes the call on this for the students?
Well, we have a group chat on the app called GroupMe, and it's pretty much decided. You know, we just had like a vote, like a peer poll, pretty much. And this is the same thing as last year in the home opener against Legacy. It was USA themed, so I don't know if it's tradition or if that's just what I'm pretty sure that's just what everyone chose on the poll. So that's pretty much how it plays out. But yeah, it's our 2024 class group chat pretty much. So all of us just kind of discuss, you know, what themes we're gonna have. We also we're deciding on our themes for the homecoming week as well. We got that pretty much figured out. So.
Working on that.
Yep.
And, you know, today's September 1st, and we're hot and it's 90 degrees, and, you know, it won't be that long till it gets cool. And at kickoff, it's almost going to be dark and those sorts of things. So we're about ready to go here.
Home opener for the Mustangs is underway.
I think you want to let that one go out of bounds. Yeah, it's going
to be a penalty, so the Mustangs will get good field position to start the first drive of the game.
Fisher's kick goes out of bounds. Mustangs take over first and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Cheyenne did lose a good number of seniors on both sides of the ball. That was a senior-heavy team last year, but you know, as the old saying goes, it seems like Coach Newton doesn't rebuild; he just reloads. And you know, when you're in the top 5 seeding already to start the year, that means the other coaches know what type of athletes you're going to bring.
Absolutely. First and 10 from the 35. Caleb Adair is going to hand it off to Pinu, and he's going to get up to the 40, between the 40 and 41 yard line, so a 5.5 yard gain. Grant Shosick with the tackle.
You know, one of the guys that I saw cause a lot of havoc for the Mandan offense last week for the Eagles was their left defensive end, Peter Havelka, and good athlete, and we see him switching over to the right here on this one. Was a lot more than what Mandan could handle on the
Deer's going to keep this now. He's going to get a good run to the outside here on the left side of the field, and he's going to get out of bounds past the 40.
You know, like we said in the pregame, it's a guy that doesn't look like he's running that fast, but he chews up ground very quickly, and he is surprisingly strong for that lanky build. And I was thinking about that, you know, if I'm sure Coach Newton saw the tape in the game that Havelka had, and, you know, that was one of the things I thought. What you do is attack him make a decision, and that time they were able to get enough of a little hook block on him, and that sprung Deer to the outside. This is not something we've seen a lot for wide receivers for the Mustangs.
So first and 10 from the 38. Caleb Deer's going to look to the right side. He fires to Kobe Walter. Pass is caught for a 4-yard gain.
Good little in move there by Walter. Wide open. Deer sticks it right in. That's a good start for Deer. Good run. Kind of get your legs under you a little bit. And then that first throw, easy pop right there to Walter. So Cheyenne moving the ball well, and obviously they'd like to make a statement on this opening drive, see if they can punch one in and see what Davies has to say about that and if they can respond.
Caleb Deer's going to pass again, drops back, looks to his left side now. It is caught, and it's out of bounds, but it's caught by Race Wilson.
Great catch by Race Wilson.
So he's going to fall out of bounds there, just past the 25, around the 23.
Deer put that in a good spot where Wilson was the only guy who could get it. Wilson did have to go up and get it, but Race, good hands, brings it down. Good completion for Deer. Almost red zone territory for the Mustangs.
Deer fakes the handoff to Pinu. He keeps it, goes to the left side, gets a few on that carry.
There's that RPO.
Yep.
Forcing that guy, reading that end, seeing, you know, tuck it there and hold it in that running back stomach as long as you possibly can, hoping to get a defensive man to commit, and then pull it out at the last minute and go from there.
So Caleb Deer's helmet came off, so Kane Olsen's going to step in for a play.
No expert, but I'm going to guess they're going to go with Pinu on this one.
Let's see if you're right, Dan.
Oh, looking to reset the play clock here. There we go.
Second and 8. Oh, it's the fumble. And Davies has it. So unfortunate events there for the Mustangs, driving down and almost getting to the red zone and then turning the ball over, and now Davies will take over.
And that's one of those
at
things,
the 25.
Guys who don't work regularly together, and it's just a little bit different, that timing and where you're sticking that ball. And unfortunately, Cheyenne's going to give this one up after an impressive opening drive.
All right, so Davies is going to take over here at the 25. Now it's their turn. First possession of the game. Some play clock issues. Now we're ready to go. So Gage Brewer's going to drop back, a little dump off pass, but doesn't work out. Not even close.
Really
Knocked
nice
away.
sniffed out there by Grant Knodel. Knodel saw that one coming, trying to get him to commit from the end position, and he held his ground well, read what was happening, and was all over that pass.
2nd and 10. Davies loading it on one side here. It's going to be a run up the middle. Great run. And Davies is going to, oh, what a run. Number 23, that's Zach Lilly. He's going to run 75 yards for the touchdown on Davies' second play of the drive.
I don't know if Cheyenne was tipping something with that defensive set, but Davies picked the exact right play. Once Lilly broke that first line of defense, there was no one there.
Wide, oh yeah.
In that second level to be there for him.
It was just
and
green
he was
grass,
gone, yeah.
green turf. And what a start for Davies, getting a fumble, recovering a fumble, and then in 2 plays, getting a 75-yard rushing touchdown from Zach Lilly. Snap is good, hold is good.
Kick's good.
And kick's good as well. All 3 excellently executed. 7-0 Davies. Well, let's see if the Mustang offense here now can do the same thing there, but just execute and get it in the end zone this time.
Absolutely, you know, and you wonder if Deere doesn't have his helmet come off, or he has to step off for one play, if things, don't look different. But, it was a good response by Davies. They took advantage of the mistake by the Mustangs and made them pay. And so now this is where that new RPO, we'll see if they can continue to chew up yardage the way they did on the first drive and see if they're able to punch something in this time.
Kicking off for Davies, number 20, Fisher, back deep to receive for the Mustangs is number 3, Race Wilson.
Race Wilson, deep. Definitely a guy you do not want to kick to if you're Davies.
Well, and Davies, that first kick, it did go out of bounds, but it seemed to maybe be a little directional. It's hard to tell if he just caught it poorly or if it was directional and they're trying to keep it away from Wilson. I guess we're going to see. Maybe on this second one, that'll give us a chance, but you got Pinu back there as well. They're going to go ahead and give it straight to Race.
Yep, better kick. Receives it just inside the 10. Wilson's going to go up the middle. Gets a nice block, and Wilson is finally stopped right around the 42, so great return.
Inside the 10, Wilson's gonna go up the middle.
Great return, better than
35-yard return.
Yeah, better than a kick out of bounds even on the first time. So going to start from their own 42. I think the ref's dealing with some play clock issues, trying to clarify when that play clock, every time they're trying to reset it. I don't know that it's being caught up here in the in the press booth, so I think they're just trying to get that hammered out, make sure that everything's going to go the way it should.
Guys, I'm getting it. Oh my God.
And Cheyenne's about ready to start their second drive.
1st and 10 from the 42. And Deere's going to keep this. Not much. A couple yards up the middle there.
Sniffed
Not
out well.
even. Tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a good job by Davies forcing Deere to take it inside. That would have been a dangerous pitch out to Pinu. And so Deere goes ahead and tucks it and goes ahead, but basically a gain of 0 on that. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
My headset's dying right now, so.
All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
0-yard gain there on the last play. Deere's going to drop back, and he's going to try to keep it, and falls, loses his footing, and he's sacked.
I think he's frustrated with that one. There was an opening to the right, and he tucked it and headed left and right into the arms of Havelka. And he kind of looked like he tried to put the brakes on, and his feet just skidded out from under him. So now
5-yard
Cheyenne's
loss.
going to be in a deep hole on 3rd down here with about a 3rd and 15 on the wrong side of the 50.
Bad snap, but Deere recovers, rolls out to his right, and he's getting chased, and he's going to fire, and he has Colby Walter, and great gain. 1st down, Mustangs up past the 35.
Nice find. I wondered whether Deere was going to turn it upfield because he had some open space, but I don't know that he could have gotten the 1st down without having to break a tackle or make a guy miss. Great touch on that pass on the move. Finds Colby Walter. Big gain.
Colby Walter with his 2nd reception. He's got,
and again, that's
2
that's
targets,
a play
2 catches already.
Yeah, it's not the offense that we've seen Cheyenne run for the first years that Coach Newton was here.
Deere's going to pitch it to Pinu, and Pinu's not going to get much on that play.
York comes up, forces him out of bounds.
Loss of 2, so it's going to be at 36 now, 2nd and 12.
I think that's one of those that Deere just needed to get that Eagle to commit. You know, he showed, but he was also sliding with Pinu, and you got to try and get that guy to commit. Well, it looks like I think it was a false start by the Mustangs. Got that little jump from the Eagles, and they hadn't encroached. They hadn't made any contact, and that forced a Mustang to jump a beat early. So
2nd and 17 now from 41.
2nd and 12 goes to 2nd and 17. Not as clean of a start maybe Cheyenne had hoped. Kind of a costly penalty there and a turnover on the first possession.
Yeah, after a 33-yard reception from Walter. Deere will drop back, looks deep, he's got Olsen, and he's got it, touchdown, Noah Olsen, 41 yards.
Noah Olsen went right past, and that's what that RPO does, Jackson. It causes that second level, it causes backers, and it causes safeties and corners to have to read what's going on in the backfield, and if you lose your contain, if you lose that receiver for just half a second and someone as athletic and quick as Noah Olsen, he got right behind them. Deere floated it in perfectly, and a touchdown.
41-yard touchdown reception there from Noah Olsen, and the Mustangs are on the board. Great way to bounce back after the turnover on their first drive, and the extra point is good by Adlin. 7-7 here in the first half of the first quarter.
Seems like there's been a lot of action already, and then we're not even halfway through this first quarter.
75-yard rushing touchdown from Zach Lilly, and then a 41-yard touchdown reception from Noah Olsen. Great throw by Caleb Deere. That was perfectly placed, and Olsen caught it in stride.
That really was, and
Great throw.
You can tell that Deere obviously has worked a lot on his throwing this summer because he was a guy that previously would have thrown that really flat, fast ball even on something of that depth, and he just let Noah Olson run right under it. So that was great touch by Caleb Deere. So, we hardly saw Davies in this their first offensive series. It was 2 plays, an incomplete pass, and then a touchdown run. So maybe this sequence we're going to be able to have a little better idea of what it is Davies is going to try and do offensively and how Cheyenne's going to try and answer that.
Kicking off the Mustangs. Number 5, Chase Allen. Features Davies, number 2, Dan York, number 13, Grant Shosek.
He's going to go to the right. Allen usually does that. Little pooch kick to the right. Sheed right around the 15. That was York, and he's tackled just past the 20.
Buried by a host of Mustangs there. Good kick that just kind of died down there, and good coverage by the Mustang special teams.
Yeah, Lincoln and Samardzija there to make the stop.
From the 23-yard line.
False start.
False start or some kind of illegal shift there by Davies.
Weirmeyer was the one that was in motion there. Number 7. He was lining up behind Gage Brewer in the backfield there, and he was sent into motion. Not sure if it was him.
I don't know if he got going upfield before the snap or if there was other movement on the line, but regardless, it's now 1st and 15. Ball at the 23 for the Eagles, so moving the wrong direction at this point.
That's what I'm saying. I got attacked by like 3 bees. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
I'm allergic. How would you know?
1st and 15 from the 18. And this one's going to be handed off to Lorenz. And great stop.
Little jet
Nowhere.
sweep that
Lost of yards again.
This one's going to be handed off to Lorenz.
Good job of stringing it out and then gaining
Great
the
stop.
Mustangs. Just preventing Davies from getting around the corner. And so that 1st and 15 now becomes 2nd and really long.
2nd and 21 now from the 12. So in just 2 plays, the Eagles have lost 11 yards. And Brewer's going to drop back. Pass is completed. That was caught by Shosek, number 13. Broke a tackle there and then was finally stopped.
I think that was great. Case and Men's on that one, they're saying. So 3rd and 8.
So Davies,
I think that's something that's a good thing for Cheyenne to keep, Davies out of 3rd and manageable or 3rd and short. 3rd and 8, almost going to dictate a pass here deep in your own end. I think
not a gimme.
No, it's not, and I think that's what Cheyenne's going to be looking to do is see if they can keep Davies, put some pressure on this new quarterback and see how he responds to having to make throws in this situation.
3rd and 8 from the 25, and pass is incomplete, too strong. That's going to be 4th down coming up.
Good coverage by Menz, but that was thrown out of bounds. There was no chance for a catch there. And there's going to be a punt return here as Sully Irie's going to go head back along with, who else do we have back there? Race Wilson with him.
For Luke Lorenzo punt formation for the Eagles. Back for the Mustangs, number 3, Race Wilson, number 13, Sullivan Irie.
There's going to be a flag now.
Delay game? What do we have?
It's going to be 5 yards back.
So, so we've seen 2 drives by each team here. Cheyenne, an ill-timed fumble that turns into a Davies touchdown. Good drive by Cheyenne to respond, and then Davies goes nowhere but backwards as Sully Irie's going to get out of bounds there. But decent position for the Mustangs. So each team kind of having one good and one bad possession here. We're going to, I guess, find out which is the real and which is the mirage here for each of these squads. As Cheyenne gets its 3rd crack, and we're still at 4:46 left in the first quarter.
A lot of stoppages.
Yeah, a lot of penalties, a lot of stoppages. You're right, Jackson.
And the Mustangs are going to start once again from the 42, same spot they were in to begin the last drive. This one's going to go to Pinu up the middle.
Gain of 3
yeah,
there.
3-yard gain up to the 45.
So here we go, 2nd and 7.
Caleb Deere's going to pitch it to Pinu, and he's going to get to the outside. Another 3-yard gain or so up to the 48. So the Mustangs just chopping away towards the 1st down marker. It's going to be 3rd and 4 coming up.
Little better job that time of getting the DN to commit on that before Deere got rid of it. Pinu a little wide on that pitch, but still able to get positive yardage out of it, and it's a 3rd and manageable. This is a type of play that in the past, Cheyenne would have been just content with, and they would have grounded out with Barika, Pinu, or some other running back. And here it is, Barry getting the opportunity, and right up the middle, he's going to get a first down.
First and 10 from the 46. After the 6-yard gain by Pinu. Hilliard's going to keep it play action. He's got Colby Walter! And Colby Walter
down to the
just
1.
Short.
Great job. Deere threw him open on that one. So one of the things,
what
Jackson,
a start from Walter.
It has been, and for Deere, but we should comment that Deere is getting plenty of time to see what he wants. And with his height, he's able to survey the field, and he just waited and waited on Walter to get through that, and threw the pass, threw him open. Great bring in by Walter, and just gets taken down at the 1. He'll look at that one tonight and go, God, how could I not stay up for 1 more yard for the touchdown?
Colby Walter's got 3 catches for 78 yards already, and Caleb Deere hasn't thrown an incomplete pass yet. Perfect start for him so far, and he's going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to
Nope.
See if he's in yet.
I
No.
think they're going to say just short.
Oh.
I don't know. It's hard to, from this position, that looked like
He
it
looks
was
like
pretty good. But
he thought he was in. But he's going to be a half a yard short.
Well,
Second and goal from the half-yard line.
all right, second try for Cheyenne here on the doorstep.
Calier's going to keep
Geared
it up the
again.
middle, and he's got it.
This
time he's
in.
got it.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Mustangs.
Good response after a good job on defense, good defensive stand, quick trip down the field. This RPO, I've got to admit, Jackson, not having seen it a lot because Cheyenne playing out at Legacy last week, I was kind of wondering how it was going to look, but this is impressive. Deere has looked really good. He's seen the field. He's picking he's reading through his progression. He knows exactly where he wants to go with it, and he's delivering it on time and in stride to his receivers. And Davies, if there's not that fumble.
Snap good. Spot is good, and the kick is good. Adams 2 for 2.
That fumble on the first drive.
Could be a two-score game.
This could be a two-score game pretty easily here.
14-7, Mustangs have scored on the last 2 drives, so they're 2 for 3. We're going to go to a short commercial break here. Mustangs lead 14-7 with 1:48 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be right back. Back. Mustangs have scored on their last 2 drives, 14-7 now, 1:48 to go in the first quarter.
Chase Adler to kick off for the Mustangs, deep for the Eagles. Number 1, Colton Tesh. Number 13, Grant Shosik.
Tesh and Shosik in the back for the Eagles. To the right once again. This is going to land right around the 20. Well, great cut to the back there, and wow! Shifty move there from Tesh.
Great cut. A little shiftiness there.
Henny and Lincoln with the tackle.
Gets Davies some decent starting position here at the 38. Much better than last possession as Brewer comes out to lead them on another series here. The way Cheyenne has looked, I would almost think either Davies has to control the ball and eat some time here. Even if they don't score, they're going to have to score, because if Cheyenne continues to execute the way they have offensively, this could start to get out of hand pretty quickly for Davies.
This is going to be it's going to go to number 7, Weirmeyer.
Good run right up the middle.
Weirmeyer, excuse me.
I think that was Samarja on the stop there, but not after the first down.
10 yards and a first down for the Eagles. First and 10 from the 48.
Everything that we've seen Davies have success on so far, Jackson, has been any run up the middle where they've got some lead blockers going. Every time they've tried to spread it out or go with some kind of pass, they haven't gotten a lot out of it. That time was defended much better by Cheyenne on that inside sweep there, and just dumping it off and following those linebacker or those lead blockers, and then just kind of, if they get to that second level, reading which hip to cut off of and then just hit the gas. So that was only a gain of 1. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 on this one.
36 seconds and counting down here in the first quarter. Oh, it's going to be a fumble. Bad snap, and the Mustangs have it. It's recovered by number 9, Samarja, and he's going to return it all the way. Fumble recovery, touchdown, and the Mustangs up 2 scores.
Brewer went down to get it, kicked it with his foot directly to Samarja, and just had to scoop it up and go in. What a crazy.
He's in the right spot at the right time.
Just Marja look down, and here comes this ball. You know, not the goofy fumble roll that you expect from a football, but just rolling along nicely. He scoops it up, takes it 40 yards the other direction, 45 yards, and scores. And here's a chance for Sheyenne to go up 2 scores with 19 seconds left in the first quarter.
So now 1 fumble for each team. Adlin's going to be 3 for 3. 21-7.
That is another $70 donated by Western State Bank to the Mustang Boosters. Today they have donated $200.
So now the Mustangs, after that first drive with the turnover, they got the momentum back on their side.
Absolutely.
We got an Eagles player down here after the extra point. Hope he's all right.
You know, and that's one of those.
Might be a cramp.
Is it a cramp from the heat tonight, or hopefully it's nothing more serious than that? But again, you know, the heat can play just some goofy tricks. Just, you know, guys maybe expending so much energy, and it's easy to cramp up out there. Doesn't look like they're working out of cramp, so hopefully nothing too serious. We'll step away for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
All right, Mustang Nation, we're back after that injury stoppage there, after the extra point by Adlin.
Walking a little gingerly, so it obviously was not just a cramp, I think. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Cheyenne's going to be kicking off here with only 19 seconds left in the first quarter, but owning a two-score lead, 21-7. You know, it's one of those games, if you run to the concession stand, you might miss a lot here. It's been up and down. 28 points in one quarter. That's certainly, it's more than the Gophers were able to against Nebraska score in an entire game last night. So no shortage of offense here.
This is going to be Shosick again. Great return up past the 35, tackled right around the 37.
Just kept those legs and arms pumping and broke through a couple of tackles. That is one thing. Arm tackles probably aren't going to get it done. You're going to have to put a hat on someone, get your head across their body if you can, and that's what's going to bring these guys down and wrap them up. But arm tackles aren't going to do it. So likely the last play of the first quarter here, as they begin the drive. Davies at their own 37, decent starting position.
We got 4 receivers on the right side, and then one on
empty backfield.
Brewer's going to drive. Looks to the right side, the strong side, and it's completed. Short pass to number 23. Lily
just dumps it off, and Lily kind of makes the rest happen with some yards after catch. Good, tough running. Going to be just short of a second down, and that's going to bring us to the end of a eventful first quarter, Jackson, with Cheyenne leading 21-7.
We're gonna take another short commercial break. Mustangs lead 21-7. We'll be right back with the start of the second quarter.
It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
Start of the second quarter. Here we go, 21-7 Mustangs.
Davies with a 2nd and 2 at their own 45.5, 46.
Shosik's going to get the handoff up the middle.
Kind of picks his way to midfield. He's going to pick up a first down for Davies. Again, those have been the main places that they've gotten yards so far, but they were reeling off bigger chunks to start. Cheyenne's doing a better job of clogging up that interior, having those backers fill those holes and meet those lead blockers, and just clogging up the running lanes for the Eagles.
First and 10 from midfield at the 50. A little bobbly there with the ball, and Brewer's going to get swallowed up. 2-yard loss, or 1-yard loss.
He kept trying to give that ball to Chosik. He kept reaching forward. Brewer probably lucky that he was able to pull that one back in. Chosik had run that, didn't feel that he had the ball, so he just kept going as he was instructed, and Brewer was trying to give it to him. Probably Davies avoided a catastrophe there, and they're going to lose one in the process.
Brewer drops back, looks to his right, and it's incomplete. Wilson there with the coverage, knocks it away. Maddox Maloney was the intended receiver on that throw.
You know, that was just kind of a throw it up for anybody. And,
prayers,
you know, you can get away with that once in a while with the guy, but Ray sniffed that out, and it was kind of every man for himself on that. 3rd and 11 now.
So the Eagles facing some more adversity. 3rd and 11 from the 49. Down 2 scores. Shosik in motion. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Lilly. He's going to be tackled just past the 45.
Yeah, that's
not going to be enough, though.
Well, it's not enough, but I think it may be enough.
It's manageable.
It's manageable on a 4th down that I think Davies probably thinks about going for this one. You know, if you hold them to a 2 or 3 yard gain, I think they're probably smart to probably punt, but gaining 8 on that or 7 on that gives them hope, and they're going to go ahead and go for it.
4th and 3 from the 40, from the 43. Shosik in motion again. It's going to be Lilly once again. He's going to pick up the first down, 5 yards there.
Picks his way through.
So nice job by the Eagles there, facing 3rd and 11, and they get an 8-yard gain on 3rd down, and then they get the first down on 4th and 3. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now from the 38.
Boy, Riley, we are getting a lot of camera time. we're going to hear about this for a while, I
He
think.
runs the student section.
Well, he's the godfather down there.
Lilly again.
He's been a workhorse there.
Third time in a row it's got him.
He's just churning out, keeping those legs pumping and dragging Mustangs with. That was a good pickup of 3 yards there by Lilly on that. So they're going to keep, maybe they'll keep giving it to him here. Again, first half, I'm not going to be so worried about how the heat is going to impact things, but as you get into that third quarter, certainly the fourth quarter, we're going to see who's got their legs still, who's able to deal with the heat all night.
Hopefully it's cooled off a little bit by then. Lorenz in motion. Play action pass. Knocked away.
Boy, Brewer tried to, Chosick was, I think, the only receiver on that pattern, and Brewer, I think, felt like he had to try and thread it in there, but there were a lot of hands, a lot of Mustangs in that spot. I don't know if that's the pass you want to throw. There was some heat on it, so hard for anybody to handle, but I don't think that's probably a pass that you're hoping that Coach Wermeyer's wanting Miller to throw it or get Brewer to throw in there. So 3rd and 7.
36. Brewer
Good
drops back.
penetration
Knocked away.
by Grant Knodel.
How about that? We've seen that from him a lot.
Gets
long
the
arms.
hand up, those long arms, you're right. Great job by Knodel. Gets penetration, gets depth into the backfield, sees that quarterback, sees Brewer looking to let it go and gets the hand up and able to get a hand on it. So 4th and 7, certainly in go for it territory here for Davies, but probably a little bit more yards than they were hoping to try and chew off. We're seeing trips right here and just a single receiver off to the left. I think that's York on top.
And it's caught, but we'll see if it's going to be right on the line there.
It was a great catch.
Yeah, Shosick.
Great catch. That is going to be really close. They may have to come out.
It's going to be spotted right
they're
on the
going to
20.
do it.
Yep.
That's enough. Wow, by the point of the football. That was a great catch by Chosick. And Brewer put it in a place that only Chosick was going to get it, but there was some smoke on that one, and Chosick's able to reel it in, maintain control, and a fresh set of downs for Davies.
No, it just says it's by camera. Do you want me on the other side? Okay.
1st and 10 from the 28. And Wermeyer's going to get that. Not much.
Sniffed out well by the Mustangs.
Tackled by number 18, Connor Mansky. Gain of about a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Second and 9. Shosick in motion. Lilly with it's going to be giving the ball here up the middle.
Good job of gang tackling that time because Lilly just doesn't want to go down. He keeps those legs churning and just unable to break free when he had 3 Mustangs around him. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and about 6. Long 6, maybe 7.
We've seen the Eagles capitalize a couple times now on this drive on 3rd and 4th down. Third and 7 from the 25. And Brewer's going to dump it off. That's going to be Shosick, I believe. Cuts up the left side and runs out of bounds.
Nice job.
Yep.
Good design. It was almost a backwards pass, but there was a good block out on the edge. Gives Chosick just enough room to get around the corner and get a new set of downs.
Inside the red zone now, the Eagles. Ball's spot at the 17.
this drive eating a little more, few more minutes than the earlier drives, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Eagles chewing up some clock here. Brewer's going to pitch it to Shosik.
Great
He stops.
job.
3-yard loss.
That's textbook.
Noah Olson there with the tackle.
Yeah, guys there, you force Brewer to have to pitch it as someone crashed on the quarterback. And then Noah Olson, great job of coming up from a safety or a corner position, closing that down, and 4-yard loss. 3-yard loss for the Eagles. Great job by the Mustangs defense on that one.
And the cheerleaders got the whole crowd going now. 2nd and 13 from the 20. Lilly up the middle. Gets 5 back.
He's still. That's been the bread and butter for the Eagles tonight. Just pounding it up inside.
Lilly on the carry.
And Cheyenne's done an okay job of that. You know, we had the long touchdown from the Eagles on that first possession, and Cheyenne's had a couple opportunities where they've shut it down, but they've also given up some chunks of yardage in that middle area to the Eagles. So we got a 3rd and about 8 here, I think?
3rd and 8 from the 15. Brewer is going to fire to the end zone. It's too strong. Olson tried to go and get it for the interception, but it was out of his reach as well. So 4th. You got 4th down coming up here now from the 15 inside the red zone for the Eagles. Let's see if they can capitalize. They got to get to around the 7-yard line.
So this would be a great opportunity. If Cheyenne's able to stand here, they'd have about 5 minutes left and see if they could get down the field.
Yeah, get a stop here, run out the clock, and get a score. And
if you could get a score, go into halftime, yep, because we know Davies is going to get the ball coming out of halftime. Certainly the stop, that's the first priority here, so we'll see how Sheyenne does.
Davies needs a score here. Brewer's going to fire, and it's incomplete. Almost intercepted. Intended for Wehrmeyer, and the Mustangs will take over at the 15-yard line.
Well, so step 1 taken care of. You get the stop. As we said, about 5.5 minutes here. Here's an opportunity for Sheyenne. See if they take a shot or two to try and move the ball down the field, get some big chunks.
This one's going to go to Pinu up the middle, gets a nice gain.
Picks his way there.
He's just chunking it away.
Yeah.
Pick on all his carries so far.
Pick up 7 or 8 on that one.
See if Pinu's due for a big run here at some point. He had a great game against Legacy last week.
On that RPO, it keeps everybody kind of on the edge of their seat. If you're on defense, you have to be aware that anywhere that ball could be coming your way, and if you can occupy enough guys, that might be enough to get Pinu to spring free. If he can get into that second level, we know he's got the moves and the speed to make something happen.
So it's going to be a timeout by the Mustangs. We'll take a short break. 4:51 to go here in the first half.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Second and 2 for the Mustangs from the 23. Pinu once again up the middle. Gets to the left side, cuts back to the right. Great. Oh, shifty, back to the left, and Pinu, unfortunately stopped there by Lily.
Great job by Lily. Running him down because
to the right and then back to the left. Jukes out York. Puts him on skates.
Boy, if he gets another few steps, he might be gone. But good job by Lily tracking him down. But boy, I wonder if that'll be discussed at the Pinu household about a little bragging between Barika and Barry on that one as to maybe who's got the better moves.
Play action,
right,
Deere,
open up
he's
that
gonna
seam.
find it. And that's gonna be Wilson.
Race Wilson gets that, runs a seam route wide open. Great find by Olson, or by Deere. Huge chunk gain. And so with 4:20 to go, 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line of Davies.
Wilson in motion.
Deere's
going to keep it, goes back to the left side, tries to direct some blockers. Oh, it's going to be a flag down now. Legal block.
Now there's going to be a hold there.
Or a hold.
I think they're going to get number 55. I think Kate Petchak on that one they're going to get with a hold there. He kind of got stuck out there and just trying to keep his man occupied long enough for Deere to get around the corner, but they're going to get him with a fistful of jersey on that, so that'll bring up a 1st and 20 here.
Penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
So still 4 minutes, 3:58 to go. Plenty of time for Sheyenne, especially the way that they've broken off chunks of yardage here tonight.
Caleb Deere's going to find Race Wilson again on the right side, and Wilson's going to get up past the 40.
Nice pass out in the flat there. Wilson's speed, he just gets away from guys. And boy, Deere's been sharp tonight.
Hasn't missed a throw.
I don't think he has. And that is not a common occurrence in high school football. So Caleb Deere showing off that arm tonight, his decision making, putting the ball on target, on time for his receivers. That's been impressive, and now we get it down to a 2nd and about 6, so which is doable.
Yep, and Pinu's going to get the first down here and tackle up past the 30.
And now that Davies defense maybe getting a little winded here. As
I'm loving this from the Mustangs. This is looking great.
Sheyenne is breaking off chunks of yardage seemingly wherever they go. So 1st down from the 29-yard line of the Eagles. Ticking down on 3 minutes to go.
Sheyenne makes up their ground after the holding penalty. And this
I think
is
they're
be
just going
Pinu. Pinu's been the workhorse on this drive.
I don't know why you go away from him. If he's raking off 6 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards a crack, with 2.5 minutes to go, why not just give it to him until Davies proves that they can stop that? You know, I know the RPO is great and all of that, but when you own – I always think football games are won on the line. You know, the offensive and defensive lines. Whoever controls the line of scrimmage is probably going to be the winner. And Sheyenne is certainly showing its dominance on the line of scrimmage on this drive and as the game has gone on.
So Deere's going to keep this now, and he's going to cut back up the middle, and Deere's going to find a gap, and he gets tackled just short of the 10-yard line.
But that's a 1st down. So they'll stop the clock for a few seconds here as the chain gang
Deere's
adjusts.
Gonna find a gap
2:12 here, and they'll wind that in a little bit. But at the 12.
So with 2 minutes here in the first half, the Mustangs on the verge here of going up 3 scores after falling behind 7-0 right away with the Lily 75-yard rushing touchdown.
Yep. So we said this would be exactly what Sheyenne would hope for, that defensive stop, and see if they can run the clock and also.
Yep, Deere's going to keep it. Fakes. Not much there. Tries to avoid, but
he's going to lose 7 or 8 on that one. And at 1:35, now you have to start thinking about when you want to use some timeouts. Not probably yet.
They got all 3. Newton has all 3 timeouts for his squad.
Well, I think at that point I might still just want to give the ball to Barry Pinu and just keep going up the middle, because it looks like Davies getting gassed out there, and you know, you don't want to overthink things or you know, try something that maybe isn't even needed.
Let's see if they do go to the air here. We'll find out. Yep, they're going to go to the air. Deere's going to drop back, looks to the left, and it is intercepted. That's picked off by Shosik, and he jukes out Walter, and he's finally brought down. So that's the first missed throw from Deere tonight, and it's an interception.
And that was the first one that a receiver had to stop and wait for. You know, every other reception, he'd gotten it on the line, got a guy in stride, and he was able to keep moving forward with some yards after catch. So that's unfortunate for the Mustangs, as they had been down to the 12-yard line of the Eagles, and then they gave up 7 or 8 yards on a run play, and then the interception. So with only 48 seconds left to go, we'll see if Davies just looks to run it out, knowing they get the ball in the second half, or see if they're going to try and get some chunks of yards and see if they can get something to happen.
Oh, almost got one there.
That was a good pass.
Lorenz almost got that. Just a little too high.
Number 6, Jameson Allen on the coverage for the Mustangs.
So 2nd and 10, 43 seconds to go.
Brewer drops back again. Tries to look for someone, rolls to his right. He finds number 18. That's going to be Maloney.
Brewer drops back again. Tries to look for someone, rolls
not going to do much
to
after
his
it's a
right.
holding.
He
It's a holding penalty.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 20
10
with
yards from the spot
35
of the foul.
seconds. I wouldn't be shocked to see Davies just put a couple in the breadbasket here of one of the running backs, and let's run out the half and get out of here, and know we get the ball to start the second half and see if we can make some adjustments in the locker room that hopefully is going to give us an opportunity to start moving the ball once again like they did in the first quarter. If you're Cheyenne and there's a receiver, you just can't get beat deep.
Yep.
You got to keep a
You don't
guy in
want that.
front of you. Even if you give up 30 yards on a pass, you got to keep that guy in front of you. Can't give up the touchdown. You don't want to let Davies somehow pull off some kind of miracle here.
Yeah,
There's
Brewer's
a run
gonna
by
keep it.
Brewer. That's fine.
Yep.
You know, you gave up 15 on that. There's 7 seconds left. That was just fine. That was just smart defense. And that's going to bring us, nope. Davies going to take a timeout with a second to go. Maybe set up something. Maybe they have a little trick play, or maybe they have something that they want to give a shot. Maybe
we'll stick around here.
Yeah, maybe Brewer, you know, has a chance just to throw something deep, and they hope for a defensive penalty of some kind. I would have bet that they were going to just let that run out. Cheyenne will play a little prevent defense here.
Boy, what an action-packed first half. We saw a 75-yard rushing touchdown from Lilly. We saw a big 41-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Lear to Noah Olson, and then a big 45-yard pass to Walter to set up a 1-yard rushing touchdown for Deere. And then, the Samardzija, he recovered the fumble and took it back 52 yards or so all the way back.
3rd and 4 for the Eagles.
Well, Davies going to line up. Looks like twins on both sides. Maybe got some speed burners here. Some guys that can.
Oh, bad snap. And Canola's going to be there for the sack. What a way to end the first half. And he's fired up going into the break. And the Mustangs have a 2-score lead, 21-7 going into halftime. Great way to end the first half. Sacked by Canola.
We're going to step away for a few minutes here. We'll be back a few minutes before the start of the second half. We'll kind of break some things down, talk about what we saw in the first half. and set things up for a second half.
Don't go away, Mustang Nation. 21-7 Mustangs.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us because it's always good to check in.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
We are back, Mustang Nation. Thank you to all who are tuning in for this broadcast, our season opener here. 21-7, a lot of action in that first half, Dan.
A lot of action in the first quarter, and then not so much in the second quarter.
Say, it wasn't the first half. I'd say the first quarter.
That
not
seemed
much.
like a long first quarter. All 28 points scored in the first quarter. It started out Cheyenne moving the ball well. Deere gets tackled, gets the helmet pulled off, has to take a play off. Cheyenne fumbles on that play. 2 plays later, we see Davies running in a long touchdown by Lilly, I think it was. Yep. Really good run by him. And Cheyenne finds themselves down 7-0. They respond, go down the field, and score. The next time that Davies possesses the ball, a stop, Cheyenne scores again. We have a fumble recovery. And just like that, bang, 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 21-7 for a lead. And then the second quarter, no scoring. But probably the best drives by both teams in the second half in terms of eating time and moving methodically down the field. So I think we've seen, Davies probably the most success they've had is anything that's been running up the middle, where they can get some lead blockers. If they can get that back to the second level, they've had some success. That's how Lilly scored that first touchdown. And they've ripped off a few bigger chunk plays. Cheyenne's been maybe 50-50 on holding them on those types of plays. But that's really all they've gotten going. For Cheyenne, I think Caleb Deere is perfect.
Besides
unfortunately,
one interception.
One of the passes was a completion to the wrong team, and it looked like Sheyenne was ready to, kind of put off in the finishing touches on a great defensive stop, and then drive the length of the field to score and go up by 3 scores going into halftime. And then, they were down to the Davies 12. Deer loses about 7 or 8 on a play, and then a pass play that Davies picks off. And then that's kind of where things sit. So what do you think we're going to be looking for second half, Jackson?
Well, I think the Mustangs just obviously you're up 2 scores. You just got to continue to do what you are doing. They need to keep putting pressure on the Davies defense and exhaust them to the point, where they just can't really stop you anymore. And
I think we talked
don't let up on the gas pedal.
We were starting to see that, I thought, towards the end of the first half, that Sheyenne was getting those chunk plays up the middle. Barry Pinu was getting some really good plays just going up the middle. And, I don't know if it was just if Davies was wearing down or what exactly was going on. But, if I'm Coach Newton, I think I want to find out for sure. Was it Davies was getting tired, or was it some change they had made in their defense? But I would try and do that a little bit more in the second half just to see what we have. And then you can sprinkle in that RPO or some of those passes later on.
Well, we saw a lot of guys involved. We saw Walter with 3 catches for 78 yards total, including one of those was a 45-yard pass. And then we saw Olsen with the 41-yard touchdown reception. We saw Wilson with a couple receptions as well. Pinu's getting it done up the middle, and Caleb Deere with his perfect place throws.
Yeah.
Besides the 1 interception, I mean, he's doing it on the ground as well. So it's just all the skill position
really
guys.
is.
And the line's performing well as well. A lot, those big boys up front, they don't get the credit. They don't get a lot of credit that they deserve.
And some new
in this
guys
game.
this year, but they are indeed controlling the line of scrimmage, at least the offensive line of scrimmage for Sheyenne. Davies going to get the ball to start the second half. I'm sure they talked about what things that they're going to have to do better in the second half. We'll see if they can find something to open up the playbook a little bit, maybe get some passes, some quick passes, something other than those runs up the middle. Because at some point, when we talked about if you get yourself in 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 13 situations or even 3rd and 9, you're kind of rolling the dice. Davies has gotten lucky a couple times and gotten some plays that have gotten first downs, but they've also had some times that they haven't been able to move the ball. So they're going to have to find something else that's going to be productive for them offensively.
September 7th is a home volleyball match against Red River right here at Sheyenne. Boys soccer plays Red River at Horace High School.
So just a reminder, Mustang Nation, don't forget to follow our social media pages and subscribe to our YouTube channel here so you can get notifications on when we go live. Click the bell. We appreciate you guys tuning in for this broadcast. We're very excited to be back here and broadcasting for you guys. We'll get some volleyball games in as well this fall.
We're just kind of getting off and running for the fall. A little bit of, some changes, some new faces that are involved with this. Jacob Fisher, a lot of you heard us mention him. He has graduated and moved on, and so as some of those folks graduate, we need to find new camera operators and producers. Tristan Murak doing a good job here tonight. And, new people that we're having to get to fill in. So we're hoping to do more and more events as the fall goes on. But we do appreciate you tuning in to the ones that we're able to do. And, keep, as Jackson said, like and subscribe, and you'll know what we do have coming up for broadcasts.
And then, Tristan also posted just a couple seconds ago the social media pages that you can follow us on: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. There he does again. Thank you, Tristan. We appreciate you producing this broadcast.
I'm still not seeing the MySpace page. I've been looking for that. I've been looking to update something on my MySpace page, but I'm not seeing anything. We'll see if Tristan can get some work done on that. Jacob wasn't so much willing to do that last year with the homecoming king, Jacob Fisher.
We'll look to do the volleyball game that's next week. They're taking on Red River at home. Volleyball team out to a good start. They're 8-1. They won all 7 games out of the Bismarck crossover. They fell to West Fargo, unfortunately, after being up 2-1, but they bounced back against Davies last night, winning 3-1.
And there is, in addition to all the regular scheduled, there were some events that were canceled the other night due to air quality. Big boys soccer game between Cheyenne and Davies. Every time, these squads or these schools get together, and so on the pitch, that's a game that's going to be made up or further down the line in the season. I think there was a tennis match rescheduled, so lots of things going on. If you have a kid or just are looking to follow Mustang athletics, there's lots of chances to. We're underway in the second half.
Here we go. Second half is underway, and this is going to be Shosik up the left side of the field.
13, Grant Shosik on the return for the Eagles. In on the tackle for the Mustangs were 22, Braden Olson.
So again, we're going to see here what kind of adjustments might have been made by Davies in the halftime, and see if there's something we can get Brewer going with, or some kind of option here for them offensively that's going to open up the playbook a little bit.
So the ball's going to be spotted around the 33 to begin the second half here for the Eagles on their first drive of half number 2.
Brewer's going to start with a keep,
not
and he
much.
is walled up right away. Maybe a gain of half a yard, maybe one on that. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So again, last year, Jackson, we had the change in the playoff. They got rid of the weighting system that they had and those sorts of things. So, with North Dakota, there's not a ton of teams in this 2A division.
And that's the reason they have the QRF now, is because of that. They don't have four from the top 4 from the East or West. Oh, big flip there.
I think Cheyenne thought they had, was that Lilly? I think they thought they had him down, and he kept going. He kept those legs churning and then goes over end on that one. So, yeah, with the QRF, you just have to find a way
to be in the top 8.
To be in that top 8, and in the East, there's West Fargo, and there's Cheyenne, and there's Davies.
Defending champs, Shanley.
And Shanley, and they're number 1 in the state in the preseason poll. So you only have a handful of teams in the East. You have more in the West, and that's why they had to come up with that system to try and get in the top 8 when the playoffs begin. And that's why you don't see the same kind of crossover games early on like we see with the volleyball and some of the other sports, because you're going to play the Minots or the Bismarcks or Century or Legacy throughout the season. It is nice to see those teams rather than only in the playoffs. So Brewer keeps that one. I think a gain of about 2.
Second and 8 from the 40 coming up. Davies moving the ball nicely here on the opening drive of the second half.
Helped by a 15-yard face mask.
It's going to be a flag there.
False start here, false start by the Eagles. I think a lineman jumping a little bit quickly. So probably not shocking, Jackson. Beginning of the season, you're probably going to be a little sloppier. You're probably not going to take care of the ball as well. Those sorts of things that just kind of seem to need to be worked out as you make your way through a regular season. Probably doesn't make a head coach feel any better knowing that, these things are bound to happen early in the year, but it's part of those growing pains as guys, especially maybe new players that you're relying on as seniors have graduated and someone steps in to replace them, maybe make a little more mistake prone early on in a season. 2nd and 13.
Yep. Wehrmeyer in motion. Brewer drops back, looks to his left side, pump fakes, and that ball's too low. He was looking for Wehrmeyer on that play.
I have a score update. Across town, Shanley is playing the West Fargo Packers. Shanley is up 50-6 at halftime.
At halftime.
Halftime, 50-6. Shanley might be a handful this year for anybody who faces them.
Well, and they wiped Century in the state championship last year. And these two teams right here are the teams that fell to Century in their playoff run.
Yeah, that was, shocking, I think, for a lot of fans.
Oh, almost caught.
Grant Canoto was asking for a hold, standing in front of the referee, begging, saying, look at this guy hold me. Coach Newton and the other coaches also saying that. No call, no completion. A 4th and 13, but from the 45 of the Mustangs, this is probably go for it territory here for the Eagles. But yeah, Cheyenne, everyone I think had assumed when Century came to town, really an off year as far as a regular season for Century last year.
They went 3-6 in the regular season.
Ron Wingenbach teams don't do that. And then they came in here and stunned the Mustangs, knocking them out of the playoffs.
Yeah, the score was 27-8. The Mustangs just fell behind right away and couldn't get anything going offensively. They had that one drive in the second half where we thought we had some daylight, but no, the Patriots just shut the door.
They did, and we've mentioned before, Jackson, previous iterations of the Cheyenne offense were not built to try and come back from deficits. We saw that in Dakota Bowls and things like that. This RPO is a different animal, though. They do have the ability to rip off big chunks of yardage, and so I think that is going to be an advantage if Cheyenne finds themselves in one of those holes or where they need to, move the ball quickly down the field.
Oh, it's blocked.
Piece of that. Fire. Everyone gets away from that one.
It's going to be at the 32.
I think that was Menz that got a piece of that one. Case and Menz got a piece of that.
You can see the woes from the crowd after that.
The announcement of the Shanley and West Fargo game, some people looking at each other like, and that's a halftime score?
That's unbelievable.
50-6. That sounds like the front or back nine score for either one of us, Jackson. 56, huh? Maybe just me, not you.
Well, it used to be, Dan, for me for a little while there, but as of last year, I've gone down into that lower 40 range.
That a fella.
Occasionally break 40.
When you're ready for the big time, when you're ready to take on T-Dog Tristan, that's where the action's really at. So
I do give John Dahl a lot of credit, though. I went to go see him a couple times, and he cleaned up a few things with just my grip and my setup, so that's helped tremendously.
I think John Dahl's a guy who can give a lesson while reading a magazine. He's done it so long, he's that good. Good find for Wilson.
York
gets him low, clean tackle, but sends Wilson on a little flip there. Not much picked up by Cheyenne on that one, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 9. So 3rd and a long 8 for Cheyenne. We'll see what Coach Newton dials up for this one. I think this might be one of those opportunities where I think you could send some receivers deep and let Deere run in behind them. Might not be a bad idea. Because once he gets outside, he's in trouble, and they bring him down.
Wow, big sack there. Wehrmeyer's all over that.
Great job. Great job by Wehrmeyer. This is punt territory. So the third quarter kind of starts the way the second quarter kind of went, with each team, for every positive play that they are able to put together, something happens that backs them up and just really not getting anywhere. This should give Davies some excellent field position here.
That's going to be out of bounds right around the 45. 44, actually. 44.
So the Cheyenne 44 is going to be a good starting point for Davies as they get their second possession of the third quarter.
So 2 stops, one from each team here to start second half here in the third quarter. It's going to be a run up the middle here by Lilly. He's going to get up right around the 36.
A little cross buck action. You have that guy in motion and then give it to Lilly, replacing right where that guy in motion came from. Good burst by Lilly, and that's a big chunk of yardage. Good pickup of 7 or 8 on that one. Bring up second and short for the Eagles as they look to try and punch one in and see if they can cut this to a one-score game.
Oh, stuffed. Wow. Connor Mansky there with the stop.
Nice job filling that hole. Mansky coming up from his position at end. So it's 4 down territory here, obviously, for the Eagles. So they'll have 2 opportunities here at the Mustang 35. They're not going to punt if they don't make it here, but let's see.
Lilly gets up past the 30.
Boy, he's tough to bring down. He's a load. He just keeps those legs churning. And you end up finding more often than not, you might need 2 or 3 guys to bring him down. It's not very often a one-on-one is able to take care of him.
First and 10 from the Mustangs' 28-yard line.
Play action pass, and that's incomplete. Looking for Wehrmeyer. Brewer.
I think that was Mansky again that hit Brewer as he was trying to release the ball. Good job. Kind of an RPO of their own there as Brewer kind of stuck that in and then was going to go for that little slant route, but Mansky was already on him and made contact as Brewer was trying to release the ball, and it was low and incomplete. So that'll bring up second and 10 from the 28. 5:15 here to go in quarter number 3.
Pitch to the left side. Oh, breaks a couple tackles and dives and gets the first down. That's Lilly.
Great effort by Lilly, and that was 2 individuals that he went through those tackles. Arm tackles are not going to do it. You've got to wrap him up and drag him down. He's such a big guy that you're probably not going to just take him off his feet with a hit. You've got to initiate contact and then wrap those arms around and almost just kind of hold on and hope someone comes to help you. Great effort by Lilly to get a first down for the Eagles.
It's going to be run up the middle by Lilly.
Still going.
Gosh.
I think there's going to be some discussion on the sideline after this drive. However it ends, that Mustang defense is going to be visiting a lot about what needs to be done with Lilly. Lilly, a senior, playing both ways. We've seen him on defense tonight as well, but he is earning his money on offense, that's for sure. There he goes again.
Oh, look at that.
Great job.
Wow.
Is that Mansky again? Just great job wrapping up.
Third and 8 from the 16-yard line. 3:40 to go here and counting in the third quarter. Lorenz in motion. Brewer's going to keep it. Fights his way inside of the 10. Tackled right around the 8.
Brewer on the quarterback keeper.
I think he may have gotten that one.
Cape Petschak on the stop for the Mustangs.
Yeah, First and goal for the Eagles.
Yep.
That yardage was enough for a first down. It was first and goal for the Eagles.
From the 8. Down to 3 minutes. Eagles looking to make it a one-score game here on this drive. Let's see if they can execute. To Lilly once again. And he breaks free. Touchdown! Eagles.
For 23, Zach Lilly on the carry.
Boy.
Touchdown Eagles.
And Lilly with the rush, with his second rushing touchdown of the game. He's got both scores for the Eagles tonight.
Good job by Coach Wehrmeyer saying, hey, you know, until they prove that they're going to be able to handle him, I'm going to keep going to our guy. And Lilly does the majority of the hard work on that drive.
And he completes it as well.
Good thing that they gave him that ball, able to complete it after he did all that hard work throughout the drive. He cuts it to 21-13.
Extra point is good. 21-14 now. Back to a one-score game. We're gonna step away. Eagles chop the lead in half. It's 21-14 with 2:48 to go in the third quarter. We'll be right back.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Race Wilson deep to receive the kickoff. We'll see if it goes to him or not. The Eagles chop the lead in half with another rushing touchdown from Zach Lilly. It's 21-14 now with 2:48 to go here in the third quarter. And this is a great kick, and Wilson is back there to receive it. He's going to try to make a move, and he gets tackled just past the 25.
Race Wilson on the return, tackled by number 11, Aiden Mastel.
So good coverage by the Eagles, a decent return, but kind of what probably each team would be looking for. You get a return, you get a chance, and we're going to see Sheyenne only for the second time in the second half with the ball here.
Yeah, the Eagles chopped a lot of time off the
they occupied a lot of time, and maybe it was the Sheyenne defense that was starting to look tired, especially with Lilly, who brings a load. He's a big kid.
We could have a great ending here on our hands, Dan, if this.
Yeah, it looked like this was about to be a runaway with Sheyenne having a chance to score and get a 3-score lead late in the second quarter. But the interception by the Eagles and now a touchdown late in the third is going to bring them within 1 score, and just a modest gain to start, almost no gain. And it'll be 2nd and 10 as Sheyenne looking to try and see if they can start getting some chunks of yardage here. We really haven't seen Deer throw a lot since, of course, they've only had it once in the second half. But after that interception at the end of the second half, or first half, we haven't seen Deer really throwing it and opening up the field.
This one goes to Pinu, and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
Number 2, Barry Panu on the carry. Number 72, Riley Lang, leading the charge for the Eagles on the tackle. No gain on the play will make it 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs.
I think Coach Newton not happy with the execution for the Mustangs. Looks like there's a timeout taken. I don't know if it's Sheyenne or Davies that took that. Oh, there's a cramp. There we can see it at midfield. That's some cramping. They try and work that out. Is that a Mustang down there?
Got to get your potassium and water, Dan. It's important.
When I played football, Jackson, they used to give you salt tablets. That's that was the cure. They used to give salt tablets when I was a kid. And they were disgusting, but you did what you had to. Yeah. Is that Noah Olson? Yeah, just some cramping expected in this heat. Come over and get some hydration here. That doesn't change the fact that Cheyenne's facing a 3rd and 10 here, looking to try and make something happen.
Deere drops back, looks across the middle, incomplete, looking for Wilson. Irie was looking for a call.
I don't know if I was looking for a call or saying the ref was blocking my route tree here. I was cutting across the middle and I ran into a ref. So 4th and 10, they're going to have to punt on this guy.
Davies is going to have a chance to tie it here.
They're going to have a chance to tie it either late in the 3rd or early in the 4th. And how many yards of offense does Cheyenne have this half? It can't be more than 10. And that's, you know, for whatever reason, either adjustments that Davies has made or a lack of execution for the Mustangs. But Cheyenne's going to have to figure something out and start moving the ball here. Otherwise, you're right. Davies may well tie this up and then have a chance to maybe take a lead here as we're at 1:22 to go with the Eagles down 7 late in the 3rd.
So fair catch from Grant Shosik at the 44. So that's where the Eagles will start their drive here. Eagles got a chance to tie it here on this drive.
See if they go back to Lilly on this series. Oh, there's another motion. Yeah, false start again.
5-yard penalty will make it 1st and 15.
Seen a lot of penalties here tonight on both squads. So that'll bring up 1st and 15 now.
Pitch to the left side. Lilly once again gets just past. Oh, great gain up the left side, and we'll see if he gets the 1st down there.
He just does not go down.
Yep, move the chains. Another 1st down.
Yardage is enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the Mustangs 45.
So another 1st down.
Run up the middle once again.
That was a better job by Cheyenne. Clogging that interior. Key is to get a body on him early. If he's going to get past you and get to that 2nd level, when you get to backers and D-backs, he's a lot bigger and a lot more powerful than those guys. So you need someone on that defensive line to try and initiate contact before you can get to the next level. Otherwise, Lilly's going to break off a chunk on you. He still gets 3 out of that one. Going to be 2nd and 7 here.
This one goes to Lorenz. Breaks a tackle, cuts back to the right side, up past the 30. And the Eagles moving the ball. Once again. Great gain there from Luke Lorenz.
By number 24, Grant Henny.
That Tommy Oneman coming off there, number 88. It's like his foot bothering him a little bit.
pitched. Oh, great spin move there from Lily. Gets the first down.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter with Davies driving. They'll switch ends of the field. And we're going to step away for a couple commercials.
End of the third quarter. The Eagles moving the ball, looking to tie this game up. Mustangs still lead, though, 21-14. We'll be right back for the start of the fourth quarter.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
Mustang student section doing a little Scooby-Doo chant there. And the fourth quarter is about to get underway. Davies moving the ball.
As we start the fourth quarter, Davies has it 1st and 10 from the Mustangs' 15-yard line.
So 1st and 10 here for the Eagles as they've ripped off big chunks of yardage this half. They've controlled the ball mostly with Lily. There's another false start. You know, when you always have that motion it can give you an advantage when you're trying to get that offensive play, but Davies has had, probably 5 false starts this half, and, you know, at the end of the first half, this is exactly what kind of hurt Sheyenne. They had gotten deep into the red zone, and they had a play with a loss of yardage and then that interception. We'll see if the Mustangs can do the same thing to Davies here, as Davies is backed up with the 1st and 15 from the 21.
Mustangs need to stop here. Wehrmeyer in motion.
Oh!
Whoa, big hit! Right at the line of scrimmage.
Great job.
Number 55, Cade Petchock in on the
Petchock on that one.
And that is a strong dude
now,
right there.
That's how you, again, you end up needing to, as I said, you got to have someone on that defensive line initiate contact with Lily early on. If you don't, he gets past that level, he's a load to bring down. So excellent job by Petchock crashing down on that one. I think they're just going to try and start pinching in there, Jackson, and almost maybe daring Davies to try and beat them to the outside.
To Lily again. Oh, he stays up. His knee did not hit the ground.
Well, no. Ref is going to say he was down at about the 18, 17. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 14. Obviously 4-down territory for the Eagles, but at 3rd and 14, if Sheyenne can come up with a big stop here and put Davies in a situation of 4th and long, that's probably not something they're going to be comfortable with. So this is obviously a big opportunity for Sheyenne to try and stem the drive here by the Eagles. They go to Lily once again.
He gets to the outside. Oh, stopped at the 10.
He's still a load. So, again, a 4th and manageable. 4th and 4 here for the Eagles. And I'm going to guess you're going to see Lily once again.
This is probably the biggest play of the game here.
Yeah, it really is, because Sheyenne hasn't been able to do much offensively this half. To give up a touchdown here brings that tie score in. There's going to be a timeout by Davies.
So we're going to step away just very shortly here. We'll be right back. 9:55 to go here in the fourth quarter.
our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us.
Here we go. 4th and 5 for the Eagles.
And Brewer's going to go to his right, cuts back to his left,
and
he's
the
stopped.
stop.
The Mustangs hold on.
Huge stop for Sheyenne. Well, I don't know if I'm not Coach Weremeyer, if I just don't go to Lily again. I mean, this is the guy that's getting it done for you tonight. Maybe figuring that Cheyenne's going to overplay for something up the middle to Lily, hoping they could take the advantage of that and get outside of contain and make something happen, but it does not work. And Cheyenne's going to take over at their own 10, 90 yards to go, or their own 9. But we're going to have to see something more from this Sheyenne offense for this quarter. They're going to have to sustain some kind of drive. Maybe don't have to score, but they're going to have to flip field position here. They're going to have to sustain something. Because if they go a 3 and out and give Davies the opportunity again, I think our defense is winded right now, and they could use some time to kind of regroup and kind of figure some things out.
That one's complete. Oh, out of Wilson's reach.
No, I think it may be tapped at the line. Someone got a hand on the ball, and so did not end up there for Wilson. So 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Mustangs from the 9.
All right, 2nd and 10.
Deere's going to roll to his right. He looks across the field. Looking for Walter there, almost caught.
I don't know. Colby got his hands on it. I don't know. He probably thinks he should have had that one. Davies' defender was able to get a hand in there, but it was put in a spot that Colby could have maybe made a reception. So 3rd and 10, and having used really no time off the clock here, Cheyenne's going to need to get something positive here.
Deere looks across the middle, looking for Irie, knocked away. 3 straight incomplete passes, frustrating there. 3 and out, not good, deep in their own territory as well, and that's going to leave plenty of time for the Eagles to respond.
That wasn't more than about 10 or 20 seconds off the clock on that, and that's going to put a tired defense back on the field here.
And Wilson, you can see the frustration from him.
Boy,
Can't blame him.
It's really shocking. Either Davies made some really good adjustments, or I'm not exactly sure what happened, but this RPO that looked like it was firing on all cylinders in the first half, they feel like it looks like they're kind of struggling to get things going here in the second. Fair catch at the 35, so good starting position for the Eagles again. They're still down 7 with 9:36 to go.
Camera 4 out. I have to change my battery.
So the Mustang fans are going to ask this defense to come up big one more time, see if they can find a way to hold Davies here.
Brewer.
Not much there.
A couple yards there.
Cade Brewer on the quarterback keeper. Number 55, Cade Petchock in on the stop for the Mustangs.
He had pitch relationship with Lily there, and I think maybe hoping that the defense would commit to Lily out there, and Brewer's going to be able to turn it upfield and maybe get 4 or 5 yards out of that, but he's only able to get a long 1 or maybe 2 on that. So still 2nd and long for the Eagles on this drive.
Play action. Brewer fires deep. And it's,
oh,
oh my goodness.
Great pass.
What an effort. Number 15 there, almost caught by Hasbargen.
He got behind the D-back.
He was open there. That was
he
the
laid
shot.
out for it, and that would have been a tremendous pitch and catch. But unfortunately for Davies, it's not successful. So still 3rd and long, 8.5, 9 for the Eagles. Oh. Is that an illegal substitution? Illegal shift. So Sheyenne opts to decline on that, 3rd and 9. Big stand for the Mustangs here. Still haven't seen Lilly touch the ball so far in this possession. Do you go to him and run it up the middle here?
I think you take a chance downfield.
There he goes.
But yep, they go to Lilly, and that's what seems to be working here in the second half.
That's enough to get a 1st down.
It would make things interesting if they went to the air there. I like
it certainly would have, but again, I just
don't fix what isn't broken.
Exactly, and until Sheyenne is able to prove they're going to be able to stop him consistently, I think if you're Coach Weremeyer, you just keep going to him. Keep going to him. It's reminiscent of the title game against the Packers. How many carries? You remember, was it 40 carries for
39
carries
for Hendricks,
for Josh Hendricks. So
238 yards and 3 touchdowns.
You know, and I don't know what Lilly has here, but it's got to be, you know, approaching 25 carries, 30 carries at this point, it feels like. And I think you keep going to it. 2nd and 5. Mansky's out, on him and in.
7:50 to go here in this week 2 matchup. Lilly again, he's stuffed behind the line of scrimmage, wrapped up. That's, once again, Paycheck.
Great job by Cade Petchak again.
Petchak, excuse me. Yeah.
He, you know, if you slow him down, if you can slow him down at the line, you got a chance. So 3rd and 7. See if once again that D-line is able to hold up against the Eagles. Straight ahead for
look at
Brewer.
This.
Not going to get it, but it's 4 down territory. So it looks like 4th and about 4. 4th and about 3. And they're going tempo. They're going to go quick to the line. See if they can catch Sheyenne off guard here. I'd look for Lilly. There he is. But
Whoa,
Sheyenne
look
holds
at that.
again. Gang tackling. Sheyenne defense holds again.
Paycheck again. And Mansky, all those guys up front on the D line doing their job absolutely perfect. Perfectly well done there.
Another 4th down stop means the Mustangs take over 1st and 10.
All right, so can Sheyenne get something going in this possession? Again, less than 10 yards of offense in this half. Last time was 3 passes and out. So we see close-up of Mansky there on the sideline. Great job by that defensive front.
Oh, the last 2 drives when they had their backs against the wall, you know, they come up big. The defense can win you games here if the offense is struggling, and Pinu gets a decent gain here.
He's going to get 3 out of that. I think if you can get 3, 4, 5, that's something that you might as well keep trying to see if you can make happen if you're Sheyenne. If you can prove that you can establish that run game, that's going to open up the possibility for some of those passes to get in there. So that
fakes the handoff to Wilson. Deere is going to cut up the middle here, and he's going to get tackled.
Good shifty run. He's going to get up near the first down marker. They're going to move the chains. That's a first down. That's a great job. Good first step by the Mustangs with only 5:46 to go here in the quarter. Again, you don't even have to score necessarily, but you're going to have to eat time. You're going to have to keep that clock running. The scoreboard is showing 3 timeouts for both teams, but I think Davies burned one of their timeouts already on that the previous 4th down play.
Yep.
So I think, again, Cheyenne, you just keep this clock running and see if you can churn out some yards. No need to throw passes unless it's something very simple. And there.
Yeah, Pino up the middle again.
There you go. A few yards to start. That's how the last one was able to get going.
51, Peter Havelka on the stop for the Eagles. Gain of about 3, bringing up 2nd and 7.
So if I'm Coach Newton, I'm telling Caleb Deere, let's run that play clock down as far as we can before we're snapping the ball. As the clock ticks at 4:45 to go. Still 15 on the play clock, so see if Deere can milk this a little bit and use up as much of that play clock as possible.
Deere fakes the hands to Pinu. He's going to keep it to the right side, and he's going to get pushed out right just before the 40.
For 15, Caleb Deere on the carry.
But in high school and out of bounds, that keeps the clock running.
Number 23, Zach Lilly on the stop for the Eagles.
Good pickup by Deere. Brings up 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable.
It'll bring up 3rd down and
It's going to be from the 3rd and 2 from 38.
So 3rd and 2, here's an opportunity. Cheyenne, if you move the chains one more time, I think you're about this first down and maybe one more away from just salting this away and saying, hey, we'll take a victory. Any victory against Davies, against one of our crosstown rivals, that's going to be a good thing. As Pinu gets the call.
Oh, big hit. Oh, and the ball's
ball is
loose.
out.
Does Davies have it? This will be huge. That was a big hit, and
Yes.
Davies has it. Oh, my goodness, what a turn of events there. And Pinu unfortunately fumbles. Big hit, and Davies now has a chance. Can the Mustang defense come up big one more time?
Well, we'll see. Barry Pinu took a pounding on that, and ball pop free.
that will set up Davies 1st and 10 from the Mustangs 37-yard line.
All right, can the defense do it a 3rd time? We got only 10 on the field. Someone's going to have to take a timeout. Here comes Petchak, a little late onto the field.
Got to keep your head in it here. And
Yeah.
this is a big game.
A mental lapse is not what you need.
3:42 to go. Davies has one more shot here.
To delay a game. That's not what Davies wants to start things off, backing up 5 yards, so it'll bring up a 1st and 15.
We'll make it 1st.
Not only did they not get a playoff, they let time run off the clock, so
Yeah.
we're down to 3:42. Davies ready to go with this one, so they go right up to the line.
And Brewer's
Brewer's
going to
gonna
launch
let
it
it
deep.
go.
He has a man. Oh, too
Oh,
strong.
Yeah.
Brewers pass intended for number 15. Nick Hasbargen is incomplete.
Nick Hasbargen was the intended receiver.
I think that was Odland that got beat long. You just can't let a guy by you. What do we got? We have a clock stoppage here. I'm not sure for the incompletion.
2nd and 15 for the Eagles.
So the refs are looking to get everything set up once again. All right, we're ready to go at 2nd and 15, 3:36 to go.
Brewer dumps it off to Lorenz.
Good stop.
Oh, Lorenz a little slow to get up there, but.
Again, Davies going with tempo here. They're going to go with no huddle. 3rd and 10 as we approach 3:10 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Brewer drops back, and it's caught on the sideline. What a catch.
What are they going to, completion?
It was hauled in by Maloney, but it's incomplete. He's out of bounds.
So that's going to bring 4th and 10. One more time. Does the defense have it in them one last time?
Well, there's still 3:06, so
there is 3:06. Again, Cheyenne being a first down, maybe away from salting it away, but first things first, you got to get this stop. You got to find a way. Pretty risky to try and keep this on the ground. You're almost going to have to go to the air with this if you're Davies. So we'll see if Brewer can find somebody or if they opt to try and catch. No.
Man.
And Davies burns their 2nd timeout, and that's not what you want. Okay.
So we're going to take a short break. 3:06 to go in the 4th quarter. Things are getting interesting. Stick around, folks. Mustangs still lead by 7.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
We're back. 4th down here. 3:06 to go. Davies looking to keep their drive alive.
Empty backfield here for Brewer. He's
Brewer's
going to
look deep,
pass it.
and it's he
had
Hasbargen.
the guy. Hasbargen just gets on him too quickly and threw his hands too high. Wasn't a terrible pass. Was a little high, but I bet Hasbargen would have said, I should have had that. And so you burn a timeout. You're down to 1 timeout, 3:02 to go. Cheyenne can just eke out 1 first down here and eat the clock. That should salt it away. But you got to hold on to the ball.
Yes,
you got to play smart and not commit a penalty. You just got to be able to salt this away.
Yeah, Hasbargen, he was wide open there, but just couldn't react to it in time, unfortunately for the Eagles. So the Mustangs looking to just close this last 3 minutes out. Good block there by Barry. And Caleb just looking to hold on to it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, except you're going backwards. Not what exactly you wanted, but you just want to keep this clock running. Quick look around the state in 3A football, Jackson. Dickinson beat Williston tonight 26-6. Mandan currently leads Bismarck Century at the start of the 4th, 20-9. Bismarck defeats St. Mary's 49-7. Shanley now up 57-6 with about 5 minutes left in the 3rd. And Minot leads Bismarck Legacy 28-0 with 11 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. All right, 2nd and forever.
Deer.
Oh, they tried to set up. They had
the screen.
Yeah, they had the caravan of blockers.
They're going to practice that, I'm sure.
Oh, and there's Deer who's gimping a bit. I'm sure he's not going to come out, but he is not walking very well. So Cheyenne stops the clock with that incompletion. That's going to bring up 3rd and 18 with 2:10 to go. You know, if you just complete that, even if you only get 6 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, you didn't have to get a first down, but it keeps that clock running. So we'll see how Deer is able to move. We'll see if this impacts his ability to move or if we just look for a handoff to Pinu here.
And they are going to go to Pinu.
Give it to him.
Oh, Pinu trying to find the lane, but gets swallowed up. So it's going to be 4th and long now. We still
Good job.
Wow, look at this.
Good job by Pinu. He's going to pick up 5 or 6 of that 18, but he keeps that clock running. Davies going to burn their last timeout.
Yeah, 1:54 to go. I mean, if you're Davies, you have to give your offense at least a chance.
Yep, this is Davies' last timeout. So he got 4th and 12. I guess you bring punt block on. You know, whatever play you've worked on, whatever method you've tried to decipher, if you're the special teams coach, that's kind of your job. And a lot of weeks you don't have anything, you know, other than the regular kick and punt duties and that sort of stuff. But tonight, this is one where hopefully you've been able to dial up something that you've seen that maybe gets you a chance to get a hand on this ball. So Cheyenne, first and foremost, you need to block and make sure that this punt is able to get away. And then secondly, you've got to get down and cover on the punt return. So men's back to punt.
Grant Shosick deep to receive for the Eagles.
All right. He gets it away. Oh, and it gets over. Oh, Shosick runs it down.
Here we go. Shosick going up the left side, and he's going to be out of bounds right around the 42. So Davies is going to have 58 yards to go here in less than 2 minutes.
Good job by Grant Knodel funneling to the sideline to where his tacklers were. That sideline acts like an additional defender. They're able to run him out at the 42. So 58 yards and a minute 49 with no timeouts is what Davies has in front of them for an opportunity to either tie or win this ball game. The second half has rested largely on the shoulders of the Mustang D. They've held up 3 times. Can they do it a 4th time? Bend but don't break.
Yep. And Brewer's going to find, almost caught by Lorenz. Man, they've had that's 3 or 4 times they've had passes that were looking like they were hauled in, but just
boy, Lorenz had that,
yeah.
Just couldn't quite haul it in. They're going with tempo. Only 5 seconds off the clock on that. But it brings up 2nd and 10. Still have to, I think, be aware of any type of handoff that might go to Lilly. He broke off that long run in the first half. There's a pass from Brewer.
And it's, knocked away by Irie.
Hasbargen was open, but pass was behind him, and Sully Irie was there to get a hand up and just kind of interfere with that. 4 seconds off the clock there, 3rd and 10.
Minute and 40 to go. In the second half where we've only seen 1 score. Brewer drops back, and it's incomplete, looking for York, but overthrown.
A lot of heat on that. Jamison Allen had a chance to get his hands on it, but that came through so quickly that I think he turned and was not expecting. That pass got on him faster than he was expecting. 4th and 10. So probably this is the game right here, riding on this play. Can Davies extend the game and the drive and have a chance to go for a tying touchdown or perhaps winning touchdown, or to Cheyenne hold them off and hopefully salt away the last minute and a half? Coach Newton's going to say we should probably talk about this. Let's make sure we're all on the same page. We want to make sure we handle this correctly. Probably a good call here. So what a tale of 2 halves, Jackson. You know, the first quarter, 28 points scored. Both teams kind of going up and down the field. Only 7 points since then, just the lone touchdown of the 3rd quarter by the Eagles, and really not a lot of offense. I guess Davies has moved it decently. Cheyenne a little bit, but much more defensive-minded the second half. After the first quarter, you might have expected a game that was going to end up 63-56 by the time it was done.
We haven't seen a game like this in a while through all these times commentating.
We really haven't. And again, it's early in the season. We talked about the new offense Cheyenne's running. Talked about Davies running an offense without Mason Clabo. You know, so both teams kind of working out their own kinks, and it's early, only second play or second game. Here it is.
Here we go. It comes down to this. Brewer looks long. It's caught.
Yes, a catch.
Oh, what a catch by Shosik. That is huge, and the Davies Eagles are staying alive here.
Found that seam up the middle. Good pass by Brewer.
Up to the 35 now.
Good haul in by Shosik, and there's life for the Eagles that they're at the 35.
Oh, bad snap. Brewer hangs on to it, and it's caught again, this time by York.
Clock winds, 1:09 to go.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
We're down to 60 seconds to go here.
Do they go to Lily? Nope. They're going to
continue. Here we go. Brewer's going to go to the end zone.
Too strong.
Too strong.
His receiver broke it off as a post route instead of a fly route or a dig route, and I don't know where the miscommunication was. I think that was York. So a little miscommunication on what the route was supposed to be. Regardless, it's a third, but only one, so they can get a first down here. So maybe is this where you go to Lily and just move the chains? It's only 49 seconds, but if you don't move the chains, you're in trouble.
Yep. Here we go. Motion from Lorenz. Brewer's going to look to the right side.
Great
Slimer
job.
knocked away by Knodel again.
Grant Knodel. There's a quick slant that they were looking for. Knodel reads the quarterback's eyes, hands up, gets his hands on it, gets a big paw up there. So now 4th and 1 with 45 seconds. Davies out of timeouts.
I wonder if they go up the middle here with Lily quickly.
Maybe you do, and then you have to, the clock will stop as you adjust the chains and you get to the line, and then you get another 3 or 4 shots at the end zone. Yeah,
they're going to go up to Lily, and
but they swarm him.
Look, oh my goodness.
I think that forward motion, that twist, that spin at the end is going to get him the momentum he needs, and it's a first down with 39 seconds to go. And they wind the clock. Here it goes.
Brewer will spike the ball to kill the clock.
So 33 seconds. 2nd down and 10.
Which will make it 2nd down and 10 from the 25.
.35 seconds to go. Brewer looks to the right side.
There,
it's intercepted!
Just goes
and
down.
That's going to be it. Irie with the game-winning interception.
Well,
look at that. The defense coming through for the Mustangs 4 times in a row.
Great job.
Rot's loving that.
So 1 kneel down, and that should take care of things.
And the student section doing the I believe that we have one chant. And the Mustangs are going to get the revenge on the Eagles after that 35-6 defeat last year that they suffered. In victory formation here. Caleb Adair is just going to take a knee.
And he's still.
Something's bothering.
Yeah, that ankle or knee, something is not going for him, but regardless, that's going to run it down. And Cheyenne's going to escape tonight with a victory.
Look at that. The Mustangs hold on for the 21-14 victory. Then they have another, they got a 2-0 start under their belt once again. And the Eagles will drop to 1-1, of course. Boy, I think the defense is the MVP of this game, to be quite frankly.
I would agree. Because first half they held the Eagles to 7 points, just that one big touchdown run on the second offensive play for the Eagles. They go allowed only one time that first possession or second possession of the second half, and then they held strong for a quarter and a half. And so that was really impressive by this Mustang defense. No doubt that is the MVP tonight.
We saw Canola with knocking away a few passes there at the line of scrimmage.
Kate Petchock with some big hits on Lily.
And then Irie getting the game-winning interception, sealing the deal. Boy, the defense really came through on those last 4 drives.
Yeah, they really did. The offense was a non-factor in the second half. Really couldn't get anything moving after looking so good and so sharp for almost the entire first half. And we said, look, with AAA football, this is a situation where 8 teams are going to make it to the playoffs. So in all likelihood, unless something really crazy happens, these are 2 teams that are going to make the playoffs and maybe could face each other one more time. But for the Eagles, who really impressed me was Lily. Man, he took a pounding in there, but he dished out a lot of punishment. He just would not go down. There were a couple times that the Mustangs got him, but he delivered far more punishment than he took in tonight, and he did a great job. And I think probably circumstances just worked against Davies at the end, where they weren't able to continue to use him in the way that they had for most of the second half. Otherwise, maybe things turn out differently, but they had to go to the air more frequently. So, wow, what a barn burner of a game.
Absolutely.
You would have not expected the way it started that it was going to be a defensive struggle that ends in a 21-14 victory for the Mustangs.
And boy, the Mustangs have a great matchup next week here at home. They're taking on the Bismarck Century Patriots, team who knocked off their chance at going back-to-back last year in the quarterfinal round.
Absolutely. And one last update on scores around the state in the 3A division. Again, Dickinson beat Williston 26-6. That's a final. Obviously, our victory here, Cheyenne defeats Davies 21-14. Bismarck High beats St. Mary's 49-7. And games that are still ongoing, Mandan leads Century to next week's opponent 26-9 with 7 minutes left in the fourth. Shanley all over West Fargo 57-14 with a minute to go in that one. And then a late start out in the western part of the state where Minot is beating Legacy 49-0 at the end of the first half. So
we got exciting matchups coming out. The Mustangs are going to have a very tough schedule this year, but 2-0 start. You couldn't ask for, a better victory tonight against the Eagles, 21-14 defensively. That was huge.
And I think if you're Coach Newton, he's going to say, look, any win's a good win, especially early in the season. And, was it perfect? No. Are there things that they're going to have to clean up? Absolutely. What they're going to have to diagnose what made that offense tick so well in the first half and why did they struggle in the second half. We saw Deere limping a little bit at the end. Hopefully he's okay and it's maybe just a tweaked ankle or something like that. But that's the beauty of high school sports and sports in general. You never know how things are going to turn out. Tonight works out for the Mustangs in 21-14 victory over the Fargo Davies Eagles.
Yep. That's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. Thank you guys for tuning in for our season home opener. The Mustangs get the victory. They have a 2-0 start, and they'll take on Bismarck Century next Friday here at Essentia Health Mustang Stadium. Don't forget to subscribe to Mustang Media and click the bell so you can get notifications when we go live. And then check out our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We appreciate everyone that's
Jackson, it's X now. I just wanted to make sure that you're
It's X.
I know you don't follow the social media trends the way I do, so I just wanted to make sure you understood that it is now X and not Twitter.
Right, yeah. But anyways, we appreciate anyone that everyone that worked for us tonight. You know, they make things possible for us.
Absolutely.
With all
Great
our camera
first
producers.
broadcast.
Yes, it was awesome. And we had a lot of people watch tonight, so we thank you guys again for tuning in. But that's going to do it for tonight. Cheyenne Mustangs up, Fargo Davies Eagles down. I'm Jackson Miller.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Mustang Media signing off. We'll see you guys next time.
Feel it coming in the air. Hear the screams from everywhere. Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. It's a dangerous love affair. Who's gonna run this town tonight?
Yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.